Good Thursday morning, YouTube modeling community. Pappy here at West Georgia Rods and Customs. Thought I'd throw out a little entry into actually my own group bill, the Coronavirus 500. If many of you haven't, this is your first time either seeing my channel or just first time just looking at my channel in quite a while, I'm going to be hosting this. There's no deadline. There's no deadline in this group bill. As far as why do I call it the Coronavirus 500? Because there's really no deadline on when this stuff's going to end. So I'm not going to have a deadline on when the Coronavirus 500 group bill is going to stop. So with that being said, the only stipulation is just find you a model kit that the driver is deceased. The driver cannot be, must not be alive. I'm going to give you some examples as far as the great Dale Earnhardt Sr., of course, Neil Bonnett, Tim Flock. I know there's a lot of builders right now that's joining in on this group bill, and there's a lot. Tim Richmond, oh my God, there's another one. Coming off the top of my head of guys that former NASCAR drivers that's long gone. Junior Johnson, another great one. But that's the only stipulation to join in on this group bill. The driver of the car that you're building, the driver has to be deceased. Pretty much well how coronavirus is doing us right now. Don't know if you're going to be deceased today or not. But if you just remember, folks, this is all in fun and everything. Just going to try to have the YouTube modeling community give the guys something to do if you're quarantined right now. I tell you what, God love y'all. We're not under a quarantine right yet, but I'm working kind of some crazy days here. Our hours have been cut, and thought I'd give some of the folks here that's some of these great builders to something to do, something to participate in. So a lot of this stuff that you can buy right now, you can buy it. You ain't got to rush out and try to buy a kit. If you've got a kit stashed in your stash, whether it be, I'm going to give, for instance, this one right here. Of course, her career has been dead for quite a while, Danica. So, but no, don't build this one. I'm just having a little fun. But there's other, look through, do a little research before you start your group bill, or before you start participating in the group bill. This kit right here, I don't know of any other drivers right now that drove the Ford Fusion that's deceased right now. But like I say, her career's been dead for years, and she's killed many a career because of all her crashing and everything. Well, let me get rid of this one right here and show y'all what I'm going to build. I've had this one in my stash for quite a while. Neil Bonnett's Valvoline Pontiac. Man, I tell you what, this is an old kit right here. This is one of the old Monogram kits. I picked this one up not too long ago. Old Monty Davis over there at County Line Garage, he was unloading a few of his old NASCAR kits, and I was like, man, Monty, I'd sure like to have a few of those. So we hooked up one day. I purchased, this was one of them right here. This was a kit that I used to have years ago, and let me drill down right there a little bit so you can see that. If you can see right there at the bottom, let me point that out right there. 1989 is when this kit was popped. Man, I had this kit one at a time. I never built it. I don't know what happened to it. I ended up getting, I probably lost it somewhere in a lot of moves. But I always wanted to build this kit. When I first purchased this kit years ago, Neil was still with us. He was another one of the great drivers that I used to enjoy watching, along with Dale Sr., Neil Bonnett, Davey Allison, there's another one. So just kind of giving you some examples of what's out there and what can be built. You don't particularly, and I was watching Joe Thompson yesterday. Little Joe's helping along with this. He's participating in the group bill. Little Joe is he is a walking NASCAR encyclopedia. He knows a lot about these kits, what's available, what's not, because he loves building these. And he and I is kind of the inspiration of what kind of gave me the idea to do this group bill. So thought I'd call it the Coronavirus 500. But anyhow, Little Joe was he was talking in his video about how what's available out there as far as decals. There's a lot of decals available just the decals themselves. You could take this car right here and possibly, do some research. Just Google or look through Google and just see deceased NASCAR drivers. See who all's with us and who all isn't, of course. But if you follow NASCAR like I have over the years, you know who's long gone now. But we lost Neil a while back. Like I say, a great driver. But do your research. Of course, this kit right here, I've already opened it up. It's still. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. Sorry about having to put y'all on Zoom cam. All right, right there. Everything is still here, still bagged up. Man, I tell you, this is the glass. It's okay. I got a few scuffs right there, but I can take the novice polish and polish that out right there. Chrome still looks awesome, beautiful. I mean, not going to use a lot of chrome on it. Of course, NASCAR doesn't allow a lot of chrome on them to begin with. They're just usually the show cars. And then here's the pièce de résistance, the decals, decals, whatever we call these things nowadays, water transfers, water slides, yada, yada, yada. Joe was talking about on his entry the other day about the availability of a lot of the decals. Some of these decals in old kits like this remember, this one was popped in 1989, and these decals are probably, if you look right about there, these were generated in 1989 as well. So they're not bad. They're not yellowed or faded or anything. So I feel like these will be good to use. I'm gonna take these out. I'm gonna set them over here to the side so they don't get damaged or anything. But I'm gonna put all the other stuff back in the box and start getting. I'm gonna begin the prep work probably either today, maybe tomorrow. Well, I got to work tomorrow, so probably won't be that. But I might get a little bit done today. But if you want to participate in the Coronavirus 500, like I say, just do your little research on some kits. If you've got one in your stash of a deceased race car driver like this, if you want to build this one, that's fine. The more the merrier. Neil Bonnett had a lot of other sponsorships as well. I was doing some research yesterday. And he drove for a lot of different teams. And but you ain't got, like I say, you don't have to do this particular car. But if you want to and you got it in your stash, please feel free. Go ahead and do it too. Lots of others. If you're looking for a source of decals for maybe one of your build, look at Model Roundup. They have a great selection of different decals available. I think they sell the Power Slide decals, so you can find that there. Look at there, and the great part about it is you don't have to go out and try to buy them. You don't have to get out of your house and go and try to buy these. You can find these online, and they're available. You can just one-stop shopping. Just click, point, shoot, and they're sent to your house. That way you don't have to get out. And but you can use a lot of these bodies for a multitude of teams. So feel free to do that. Just make sure that the driver is deceased. That's the only stipulation in the group build, that they cannot be alive today. And it can't be like that one right there, your career's dead. So anyhow, let me get back to this one. Enough about her. She crashed. She killed enough cars over the years when she was racing. But feel free. I can't wait. Really chomping at the bit for this one. I just went out today and resprayed the body on the old 41 Willis. Let me get that out of the way and put that back in front of it. Just got the silver sprayed on it. Hopefully we might get a little bit more blue on it, and it might work out. I hope so. Anyhow, getting this into 10 minutes, but please, everybody be safe out there. Remember, this is the new norm now. Just remember to wash your hands when you leave. You come back. Don't bring this crap back to your families and stuff. This is take this serious. I've never seen anything like this in my life. But please be safe. Remember, everybody, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Pappy out.